Today, the STI is getting a handful of new mods.
Whoa, no. Drip. Come on.
What is drip?
Like, bling.
Cut. Originally, my STI came as the low profile spoiler option. However, an STI isn't an STI without its iconic wing, so of course, we installed one. And in the front, we gave the car a full front end facelift with a JDM paint matte style grille and some matte black fog light deletes. So we're going full carbon fiber drip. I guess that's what they call it these days. And we're gonna kick things off by going big. That's really big. That might be too big, actually.
That's what she said.
This is the Noble Big Hood Scoop. Now, multiple people have requested that I put one of these on the car, and I am really curious to see how it transforms the front end because it is massive. It is definitely gonna be noticeable, so let's find out. Oh, I'm already missing some clips, of course. Before I can actually put the hood scoop on, I need to use some surface prep and a microfiber towel to clean the hood because it does have the 3M double-sided tape which will attach to it, and I want to make sure I have a good bond, so it needs to be completely clean. That's a lot of drip. That's like a big drip.
Yeah, man, that thing's massive.
I think we need more carbon.
More carbon.
More carbon. So we went big with the hood scoop, but now it's time to go a little smaller. These are the Noble carbon fiber mirror end caps. Now they do make two variants of these. One that's like a JDM style, it's got a little bit more flair, but I opted for the simplicity because we're going with a big hood scoop. So this should be an easy install and it should just add a nice little touch to the car, yeah. I guess this just pops off like that. Alrighty. That's a lot of carbon fiber. But we've got some more though. The big hood scoop is installed, the mirror caps are on. We are still not done with the carbon though. We've got quite a bit more to add, but first I need to get this front bumper off. What goes well with a big hood scoop and some carbon fiber mirror caps? Well, a carbon fiber grille. So actually, I just realized that this is going to be badgeless, and I previously ran this one badgeless for a while. I really like the stealth look, but I really also like the carbon fiber look of this badge with the white. However, it doesn't look like there's anything to attach it to on this one, so this one's gonna run stealth for a little bit, and actually that might be a benefit. I also accidentally broke the STI zip tie area that zip ties it to the actual grill to keep it in place. And it does also connect with tape, but I'm not comfortable just running this with tape only, so I'm gonna have to find a way to either fix this or I might just have to buy a new one at this point. So for now, we're gonna run badgeless and STI-less. That looks pretty good. But I'm wondering if there's too much black going on in the front with this hood scoop and the grille being all black. Maybe I should paint the fog light deletes. I've never painted anything, so I don't know. I'm gonna think about that for a little bit first because we gotta get to the back where we've got something big planned. Whoever questioned 3M double-sided tape, that shit doesn't go anywhere. So, fishing line. We got one of the risers off, and well, the fishing line actually didn't do jack shit, but I got the heat gun and I heated it all the way around. That actually helped a lot, and I was able to start peeling it slowly, and eventually just gave way and I was able to get it off. And well, if anyone questions running this without actually painting these holes after you drill them, will it rust or not? There's your answer. I stand corrected. Using the fishing line to kind of break it loose a little bit, heat it, use the fishing line again to break it loose, and just do that a few times. Eventually, I was able to get the other side pulled off because this one was not coming off. So just kind of alternating between a little bit of heat and using some fishing line will eventually break it loose. And as you can imagine, big hood scoop, big wing. So you didn't see this because it was off camera, but attaching the wing to the risers, you need 2 people. Otherwise you will drop it and you're gonna be really upset about it. So use 2 people to attach this. So yeah, everything's aligned. I know I had the holes already marked here from the old wing, but the risers only work on the outside for some reason. Now, I did try to do this riser plate on the outside and inside on the inside, but the only way that the wing actually fit on is if it was actually on the outside. And I don't know if I like that look. I kind of prefer it on the inside, but this is the only way it lines up. So I'm gonna mark all the other holes and I think we're gonna get them drilled. So I noticed with some of the holes that the nut isn't going to reach without having a bigger hole here to get access to, so I have to drill some of them even bigger. As far as the bolt length, the bottom one, I didn't need a step bit. I was able to push this one through and bolt it down with a washer. Now there's 2 up top right here, one on the right side and one on the left side, and they both needed a step bit to make a large enough hole for actually to me get the washer and the bolt in there along with a socket. But for one of them, the bolt still wasn't long enough because there's multiple layers inside, and the layers on this one was actually like too far apart. So the bolt actually, I don't have access to put a bolt or washer on it. But on the one on the left side, I had access to do that, so that one's bolted down. So right now what I need is a longer bolt for this one to get it officially 100% done. But for now, I'm just gonna leave the bolts in there and run it until I get that longer bolt. So we're not done with carbon just yet, but we're gonna go back to those front fog light deletes. This is Touch Up Direct's full kit for crystal white pearl. So because it's a tri-coat, it has a base coat, a mid coat, and then the clear coat. It also comes with the primer. However, I wet sanded one of the fog light deletes and then I cleaned it and I just applied the base coat because I totally forgot about the primer. So I guess we're gonna find out what one looks like with the primer and then what it looks like without it. And I'm hoping they're gonna be the same. This video has been delayed for quite some time now, and that's because of this wing. Well, when I installed the wing, there was an issue with fitment, and the bases did not fit on the trunk properly. They were curving the opposite way that the trunk curves, and so there was a gap, and that gap was significantly noticeable. And you don't want that. You want something that's going to fit properly, especially for something at a price point like one of these big old wings. And I went back and forth with Import Image Racing over the months, trying to get this resolved, trying to get it fixed to make sure that when this video is live, that the bases properly fit. Unfortunately, it is still not fixed yet. And as great as it looks, I mean, it looks awesome. I've taken it on a road trip over 1,000 miles, Tail of the Dragon video right here about that one. And I drive it all the time. It has no issues in terms of, you know, it moving or anything like that. It's solid. You do have to close the trunk pretty softly. I mean, it's a pretty heavy wing, right? So when you open it and close it, you don't want to be flinging it open and stuff. I'm still gonna keep it on here, and I'll probably get some titanium bolts to replace this with just to make it look really good, and live with the fact that there's a slight gap. And I may eventually get the other bolt hole that I couldn't get earlier because I need to drill out the metal more to reach it. I may eventually get that one, but other than that, it looks great. It was awesome. The hood scoop looks fantastic. The side mirror caps look great. Front grille also looks really good. I've been running it naked for quite a while. I do need to add the STI lit logo, but I broke that, so need to get a new one. I don't have a version of the WRX, which the bases are different. They fit on the edge of the trunk and not where the original OEM STI holes would go if you had that model. So I don't know about the WRX version of this wing. That could fit totally fine, but I don't have a sample of that. I don't know what it's gonna look like. But the STI one, I do know for sure. That one has some issues right now, but everything else, good to go.